dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, episode 222. 222. Are you wearing your tutu, Chris?
Triple two?
Triple two. Are you wearing a tutu? It looks like you got a tutu on.
I don't own a tutu. That'll never
I thought every Wrangler owner has a tutu.
No.
Oh, okay.
Ford owners do.
All right. Oh, Ford owners. Oh, boy. All right. Well, how's the weather where you're at?
It's starting to ramp up a little bit. It's supposed to be 100 degrees today, or a little over
100 degrees?
Yeah, it can't be more than 114. But yeah, it's good. The weather's good.
Nice.
How about you?
It's like 89 degrees here in Minden, Nevada. It's beautiful. Slight breeze.
What is that? Different time zone?
Yes. It's in the right time zone now. Yeah, so it's good. 84 degrees. Our guest just said here. So
the guest that drives a Ram.
Yeah. Well, and
another Ram truck was helping in the move again. I'm liking this.
Yeah. He's leaking a little bit of diff fluid though, so I don't know.
Yeah, my seals are leaking.
So blew a seal. There's Brian Dittmer there. Brian, the pool guy. Hi, Brian. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
How you doing? What brings you up this way? I don't have pool.
My buddy was moving and needed help unloading trailers.
Okay. All right.
Needed a real truck.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's been a lot of help. We got the garage settled this morning where I can pull everything into the garage tonight. And
even your F-350?
Yep. And then we got shelves up in the office for whiskey. All the important things are happening today.
They're secured into studs, right? Because there's a lot of whiskey that's
they are secured into studs with some major lag bolts. Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
There were some studs putting them up too.
Yes, there was. Yeah, and then we have another person that wandered into the room. You may have heard of this guy before.
Yeah, I noticed he's not on camera, which is
Georgia
a good
boy.
thing, so.
It's a good thing. I didn't want to break the camera on my computer.
How y'all doing?
There he is.
We haven't had Georgia boy on the show in quite a long time.
Been a long time.
Well, I've been on the road, so I've been gone.
Yeah, you've been doing some traveling, so we'll get into that in a minute. So, Chris, do we have any business to conduct here? We got where we at? What's happening?
Well, we have money in the bank.
Okay, that's good. Sound like most treasurers,
right? No, we do have a little bit of business to conduct. I noticed that we have a new review. This is great news, and we'll read the review in a second, or I'll read the review in a moment.
Okay.
But I just want to remind our listeners that if you like the show, spread the word. And if you haven't done a review, certainly go on to Apple Podcasts and write a review, and then DM Jason on the IG at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. And he'll be happy to send you a sticker. It might take a couple extra weeks right now because he's got a little bit of chaos in his life.
No, I know where the stickers are at.
Oh, fantastic. You know where the envelopes are at? And
I know
stamps?
where the envelopes are at. I know where stamps are. Yeah, no, we're good. We're getting pretty well set up here. And I had to get that stuff in order for Sierra Trek. That's right around the corner here. A few days after this podcast launches on Tuesday. So amongst the move, I'm trying to pack for Sierra Trek. So yeah, that'll be fun. I've got some koozies, got some stickers, got some other swag, got some dirtbag swag. I've got AOD swag as well.
Nice.
Be
Ancient
showing
Order of the Deep.
Yes, and displaying and possibly giving away. I don't know how much he gave me. We'll have to see. What Johnny doesn't know won't hurt him.
Right on.
I'll give it to the best beard that I see.
Right on. You ready to hear this new review?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a 5-star review. It comes in from @therapydog_JKU via Apple Podcasts. So a newer Wrangler owner. It's not a JL, but a JK. Anyway, he writes, very entertaining content, interesting guests. Jason and Chris ask the right questions, and occasionally the interview goes off the rails. Yeah, a little bit more than
almost
occasionally.
all the time.
Right. Sometimes in the first 5 minutes. I look forward to the podcast on a weekly basis. Always get at least one laugh. Keep it up, guys. 2 thumbs up. So
right on.
Excellent.
Well, thank you, Therapy Dog.
Yeah, make sure you drop Jason a DM.
I think I knew who that is.
He'll get some stickers out to you.
I think that's a Mad Hatter.
Oh, is it?
It's Walt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Walt. I'm pretty sure that's you.
We'll see,
I know it's you.
Probably see him up at Sierra Trek next week.
We will. Walt's always fun to wheel with. So yeah, the reviews help out. They help those monkeys line up those darts a little bit better on the bullseye for Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. So
that's right.
If you can write a review, take a few seconds, it helps out a ton. Keep our podcast the number one off-road podcast in America.
And spread the word.
America. So I got a couple voicemails here. I don't know. One looks very suspicious.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let me see if we can play this one.
From any of our celebrity friends?
I got 2. This is an out of country area code.
Uh-oh.
A +61.
It might be the Aussies responding.
I think they're responding. I think they're retaliating for the Aussie with the wannabe Aussie that we had on last week.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
He's authentic. He's just watered down.
Oh, he's watered down. That's it. He's watered down. Okay, let's see. This could be good. Okay. Oh boy, I'm getting a phone call. Why does it always right when I'm going to do this?
Because you're such a popular guy.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's try again.
Hey, Ozzy, what are you doing on every podcast? Hey, good podcast. Just listening as I'm driving to work. And remember, over here in Australia, Jason, Toyotas don't suck. Gotcha.
Did he say Toyotas do suck?
Wow, are you coming straight from Australia? Wow.
Yeah, is that what he said?
Well, in Australia, it's a Nissan Toyota thing.
Let's see. Let's hear it again.
It's Nissan Toyota.
Over here in Australia, Jason, Toyotas don't suck.
Oh, Toyotas don't suck. Toyotas don't suck. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. So that's so positive Toyota comment there. We'll have to send that off to the Snail Boys. They'll
I don't know if that was. It didn't sound like Loki. Charles Locke. So I don't know. It could have been Aaron.
Oh,
I don't know.
It's
well, thanks for calling in. That's awesome. Coming all the way from down under.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
All right, this next one could be. This is the one I'm worried about.
Oh boy.
Hey, fellas. Just calling in one more time. It's your friend and mine, Christopher Walken. Like the Walken freezer, the cooler. I wanted to congratulate you, Jason. I heard you moved out of California. Crazy state. It's wild, really. You can't have guns. You can't look at people sideways. You sneeze in the wrong direction, they won't give you next. It's funny. Not really. Sad. Horses in the pasture. These guys moving all over, and then Nevada, gambling, the brothels. I hope you visit. Maybe if they're still open. I don't know. I haven't talked to the guy. There's a little rabbit ranch, this little bunny ranch, this little tiny farm where he's got these bunnies doing things. I don't know. Never been there. I wanted to address something I heard that you had clothes, many clothes, trucks of clothes. And it got back to me because there were several trucks, and I'm famous for stealing clothes from movie sets. I still have the purple suit from Purple Rain, but you have all the clothes. And I don't know how you're so comfortable as a man with all these clothes in your closet. The closet's full. All of the closets. Need more space. Yeah. Farewell.
All right, so there's Christopher Walken calling in.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great. So the word has got to Hollywood now. How did the word get all the way out to Hollywood?
It's a big closet with a lot of clothes in it.
They need outfits for movies.
But it's mainly T-shirts. It's T-shirts from all these different events that I've gone to, and that's where I accumulated these shirts. But the great thing as a single guy is I only have to do laundry like once a month, so it works out well. Yeah. So Christopher Walken, thanks for calling in again, and if you wear a size large, I'm willing to share some shirts with you. He's probably a large shirt.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Well, there's our 2 phone calls.
Okay.
Australia and Hollywood. That's pretty all-star lineup right there.
I'm telling you, if we hear back from the governor one of these days, that'd be great too. But I don't know.
The governor? The past governor?
Good old
Mr.
Arnold
Schwarzenegger?
We haven't heard from him in a while.
Yes. No, it's good. So I do have a story.
Oh boy, of course.
Well, this whole moving thing's been chaotic, but it's been good. But a lack of sleep, and I finally got my Wi-Fi hooked up. You couldn't figure out the Wi-Fi because there was major cableage with a Dish network that they had here before.
Oh, it was absolute chaos. It was like spaghetti in that.
But
panel.
Things were labeled. So it wasn't too bad, but so they had to send over the cable guy, and it took him like half an hour, and he disconnected all that stuff, cleaned up that whole box, and then connected directly to their cable coming in. So that's why we have good Wi-Fi now, so we don't have the crackly phone service. So.
Right on. Was it Larry? Was his name Larry?
No, it wasn't Larry. His name was Joseph. It's Joseph, the cable guy.
Nice.
Anyway, so I get the Wi-Fi up and running, all set up. I'm like, sweet, start programming all the Wi-Fi devices, right? So everything can communicate, the thermostat. And of course, it was missing a wire, so I had to find the wire in the furnace and hook that up to get it power. And, it was a long ordeal. And then, so the last thing I hooked up was the Roomba, the vacuum. So as a house gift, I got a Roomba. It's Wi-Fi, and it's crazy. Things are a little scary.
I'd be scared.
So went to bed at like 10:30 that night. Oh, right before 11, and at 1 a.m. Roomba decides it's going to start vacuuming the house, and I fucking woke up from a dead sleep thinking that somebody I didn't know if a bear or an intruder or somebody was coming in my front door, because I have the hardwood floors and the travertine. And so as it transitions between the two over the threshold, it sounds like a Toyota trying to find second gear. And I was like, holy hell, what is going on right now? And all my guns are locked up, everything. My feng shui is just not right now. And I did not know what to do. And so I'm like, I'm running out there seeing what's going on. And there's stupid Roomba starting its vacuum cycle at 1 a.m. in the morning. So I was ready to kick the thing out the fucking door. Wow. But I told it to go to its home, and it went and scurried back to its home with the tail between its legs, and it's been there ever since. So
she get Lorenzo to get that thing trained.
Well, Lorenzo, what a great, definitely not a guard donkey, because he went running out the back door. So it was worthless, and he left a little piddle of pee on the floor too.
You should block him in that cage in the backyard.
Yeah. So he was useless, but that was the room story. But then the next morning, I'm like, all right, go ahead and start learning the house, because it's got to go around and bump into everything and learn its parameters. And so I let it do its thing, and I'm unpacking, and I'm back in my bedroom, and I hear it out in the main room, and it's like zzz, zzz. And I'm like, well, that ain't right. I go out there. It was like a fish on a line. It sucked up the cord for the blinds, and it couldn't get away. It was trying to back up, go forward, back up, go forward. It was like a fish on the line. It couldn't get away. So I thought they were supposed to like shut off and go into like, just, hey, something's wrong mode and just shut down. No, this thing was still fighting that cord. I'm lucky it didn't pull the blind down. Right. So I'm like, okay, we got to. I don't know about this Roomba thing. We're going to see. I'll give it another shot here, but when it goes in. It's like mowing fairways, Chris. It picks its line and then it just works its way back and forth. It
Laser
strikes
beams?
up the carpet knife. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Just strap Lorenzo to it so you can take a ride around on it.
I thought about that, but the cool thing about it is it goes under the furniture and beds and stuff. That's kind of a nice feature too. So
is this new? Because I don't recall it being at your San Jose place.
No, yeah, it was a house gift.
And I think the people that gave it to him were the ones that programmed it at 1 a.m.
Yeah, they probably did. They probably sabotaged me. So yeah,
what other surprises are in store for you now? You don't know.
Right. Yeah. So, anyways, it's getting dialed in. I'm excited. It's starting to feel like home, and most of my stuff is here now. Like 99% of my stuff is here in Nevada. So that's good. That's a good feeling. So we'll finish up. Got another load this week from San Jose, and then head over to Track and relax for a few days over there, and get to see a lot of friends that I only see once a year at Trek. So looking forward to hanging out in camp Friday and Saturday, and then I'll wave goodbye to everybody on Sunday, and we're going to stay a few extra days.
Yeehaw,
You're going to come up.
I'm going to try. Yeah, absolutely. That's my goal.
All right.
If you can't find Jason, he'll be on the trailer sleeping.
Yeah, I might be. I'll tell you, I'm going to do some R&R for sure. So yeah, those are my stories. So let's go over to Brian here and hear what he has to say. What's new with you, Brian? Now you transitioned from the four-wheeling side. You had a 4Runner that was set up years ago. You had still have a CJ5?
Still have a CJ5, and I still have a 4Runner.
That's okay. All right.
Oh wow.
So, but you got yourself one of those
bilingual
rubber band douche coupes, and so you've been running that the last few years.
Oh yeah,
it's a badass 4-seater Can-Am. It's like a limousine. You've seen it, Chris.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's set up.
Probably costs more than my 4Runner.
Exactly.
Well, it goes a hell of a lot faster than a 4Runner.
Yeah.
Gets a new gas tank, a 4.9 gas tank next week.
4.9, like 4.9 gallons?
They come, like 14.
Oh, 14. That sounds better.
Sorry.
I was going to say 4.9 gallons isn't very much.
Because they come with 10, so.
Oh, okay.
You can go 130 miles on 10, so 114 should get me close to 200.
Okay. Nice. And then we have a mutual friend that lives just a couple streets over from us here.
Mr. Kent Rad.
And he also has a golf cart. And I know you guys have done a lot of riding out here.
Yep.
And we went out, well, what was that, six weeks ago or so now? We went out to that Rocky Point, we call it.
Rocky Top.
Isn't there a song?
Oh,
Rocky Top.
Overlook the Valley.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. And that's like,
Don't sing.
What?
Don't sing.
Don't sing? Oh, okay, yeah. No, that's probably a good thing. But there's a lot of riding around here. So you've done quite a bit of riding through the Pine Nuts and all that.
Yeah, we got Johnson Lane down the road.
Yeah.
Go forever.
So I'm looking forward to exploring out there and seeing what's going on. So, yeah. So,
have you not taken your dual sport out yet, Jason? Since
I haven't, dude. No, it's been just move, and get stuff settled in, fix stuff.
Just night run.
Well, Jesse tried to do a night run last night. I had to shut him down. We had Uncle Jesse over here, and Kobe and Alicia, and Brian and Carol, Kent,
James and Rhonda.
James and Rhonda came up again this weekend and helped out a bunch. So.
Wow.
They went down to San Jose, helped load, and then come all the way up here yesterday, spent the night, and then they took off this morning around 9 o'clock to head to Summit, pick up a few supplies for the buggy and camping for Sierra Trek, and then they were working their way back home. So
it's a lot of driving over the last couple of weeks for them.
Oh yeah, no, I've got. I think I was looking at my truck yesterday. It was over 2,400 miles I put down on the trip odometer that's been running since I started the move. So
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, it's a lot. I just changed my oil, so I'm good to go. I need to rotate the tires. I need to give it a bath. The truck's super dirty. A lot of bug guts on the front. But, yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, worked out well. That enclosed trailer is saved my bacon, man. And then Brian had his enclosed trailer, and then Jesse, we brought his trailer a couple times too. So, yeah, a lot of stuff for a single guy. But I got a big house now that accommodates everything. So
got to fill it. More stuff.
Yeah, more stuff. Well, we got the whiskey collection made it up here safely. I'm happy to say about that. So
good.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Georgia boy rolled in yesterday from where were you down in Kentucky for a couple days?
For a couple of days, we're coming back from couple of months in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. So you've been on the road for about a year now, huh?
Officially, we started Trail Hero
at Trail Hero October. So you're coming up on a year. Mm-hmm. So what's it been like living on the road?
Well, winter sucked because it was cold everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was a long winter in a motorhome.
Yeah.
I had the pipes freeze a couple of times. So all these new things that you don't realize that can go wrong with an RV.
Oh, yeah.
So little minor things. But other than that, we've been attending different off-roading events, shows, overland stuff, selling product.
I saw the traction boards on the back of the RV. That's pretty cool. So yeah, right on. So yeah, you just came back from the rock crawl event out there in Colorado, right?
No, we were at the one. We were at the one in Goldendale.
Goldendale.
Yep. Washington.
Yeah, Washington. So how was that?
It was actually pretty cool. I mean, if you ever get a chance to go out to any of the We Rock events, they put on a really good program, and it's pretty interesting just to sit there and watch, especially the 4-wheel steer buggies, because you just don't know what line they're going to take to get around some of those cones and stuff. But it's actually very interesting to watch, and there was a lot of people out there, surprisingly, but dry camping, but had a really good time. Got to hang out with Dave Wong.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
you saw our buddy Dave.
Yep. So got to hang out with him.
You made a sign for him, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I made a sign that says, "This is the Wong way."
Which little backstory, if you're not following the podcast every episode, so he won Trail Hero Trail Breaker last year,
right?
And he named the trail Wong Way. And then you took a play on it
from the Mandalorian.
Yeah, from the Mandalorian movie.
So I got that banner made. I'm going to use it at the Farmington We Rock event in the booth, just because we're big fans of Dave. And then give it to him. He can hang on to it, hang it up in the garage, do whatever he wants to with it after Trail Hero. So we'll have some fun with it.
Cool. Yeah, right on. Looking forward to seeing him in October out there at Trail Hero.
Yeah.
So what's been highlight on the road, would you say? Or something that you didn't expect, maybe, like you gotta kind of got things planned out and stuff, but what was like a pleasant surprise of being out on the road for?
Everything's been probably a pleasant surprise.
What are you drinking, Chris?
Nothing.
Holy crap.
What?
What? We all look over and you're down in a bottle.
He's got a big old smile on his face.
They make glasses.
I thought I closed my screen for a second there.
Yeah, I
know. Day drinking kind of early.
Oh, there we go. Oh, a little Weller. Antique 107. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so sorry, we were rudely interrupted with a bottle flashing across the screen here. What? Go ahead.
Actually, probably some of the most interesting things we do a harvest host, and we've stayed at a few breweries, distilleries, and vineyards along our travels.
That's cool.
And that's probably we've had some really good stuff along the way, and we've picked some up for tastings. So
sure. Yeah, you've sent me pictures and stuff, and it looks like some cool places you got to stay. The harvest host thing seems like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's about
subscription based.
Yeah, it's subscription based. We do Harvest Host, and then we do Boondockers Welcome. Harvest Host is one night, and then Boondockers Welcome is 2 to 5 nights. at a location, and it's about $160 a year, but it more than pays for itself when you're traveling. We went from Easter Jeep Safari in Moab, Utah, all the way back to my home in Georgia, and we spent 7 days using Harvest Host or Boondocker's Welcome and never paid for a campsite the whole way through. We did stop at a few wineries, which more than made up for that. But,
Nice.
But it's actually pretty easy because they know your profile, you know their profile,
right?
They only accept rigs so big, so if you can fit or not,
right?
So it's actually pretty fun, and we met some really great people along the way.
That's cool. And then you've done some modifications to the Taj Mahal there, as we affectionately call that rig. I know you put in a tankless water heater. How's that been working out?
The trim was really nice. We had that installed at the Flagstaff Overland Expo. Truma was in the booth, and they're like, it was Sunday afternoon. They were closing down at 3, and the guy came out and said, "I've got everything I need with me. You want to install it today?"
Oh, wow.
So we went, okay. But it's really nice because you just hit a button, dial your temperature that you want. I like my showers at 105 degrees. Alicia likes hers at 111.
Whoa.
That's
hot mama.
Yep. We wash dishes at 116 to 120. And the highest it'll go is 120.
Okay.
So, but it's kind of nice. And the guy that installed it told me you've got roughly about 4 hours of hot water that you can run through here before you have a problem.
Oh, interesting.
So I was like, wow. So it's just on demand.
Yeah.
You got two settings. One is your eco setting where the little bulb in there keeps water above 40 degrees to keep it from freezing.
Right.
And then another one, if you want hot water constantly, it keeps it at 120 on the comfort level.
Okay.
We just normally leave it in echo because we're going to go over there and dial the temperature in for whatever we want to do. But it's nice just walking into the shower, set your temperature, turn on the hot water. There's no mixing.
Oh, right.
I actually feel we probably use less water.
Oh,
especially boondocking as much as we do.
Yeah. That makes sense because you're not trying to find that right temperature and waste water trying to get there.
Well, and then when you turn off that selectable shower head and the thing back mixes, and then you get that scalding action. You're totally avoiding all that now.
Yeah, you'll get when you turn it off and you turn it back on, you do get a little bit of cold there. Not super cold. I would probably say it's not as warm, but it's not unpleasant. It's not like it's cold.
Okay.
So and all of them seem to have that issue the way that the system works. But it is nice.
Yeah. And it fits into a standard location where a tanked water heater goes.
Yes, it actually takes up a little less room than the tank ones.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've now got 1,600 watts of solar.
I was going to say, and then you upgraded your solar system.
Yeah. So the first installer did great installing it, but the design was flawed. So we had to add another 3,000 watt inverter because the you couldn't run 2 air conditioners. So we had to. We only had one 3,000 watt inverter. So now we're 6,000 watts of inverting, and then we added one more solar panel because we had 7, and it's better for them to be even numbered, is what all the solar people tell me. So instead of keeping 6, we've got 8 200 watt solar panels up there. So 1,600 watts, and then we're still 800 amp hours of lithium battery. So we can stay out there for a while.
Nice.
Right on. So you don't need to run the generator as much.
No, exactly. The only time we really got to run the generator is if we've got to run the air conditioners for a while. So that's about the only time.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
That is cool.
So that's on the road. On the road. So you're heading to Meadow Lake here shortly, and you're going to spend a few weeks up there.
Yep.
And then what's between now and Trail Hero?
We've got the Overland Expo Mountain in Colorado. After Sierra Trek, we're going to be doing Vora Stomping Ground. We've got We Rock in Farmington. We'll be at an Overland Expo in Idaho. We'll be at a Legacy race in Cedar City, Utah.
Okay.
So, and then we'll be at Trail Hero. We're all signed up for the golf tournament. Looking forward to that.
That was a lot of fun last year.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It was a lot of fun. Can't wait to do that one again.
And then, of course, whole Trail Hero event is a blast.
And then between Trail Hero and SEMA.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And going up to SEMA.
All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So, Brian, another place I thought of here in Nevada is Sand Mountain. I know you guys like to go out to Sand Mountain. So, what's Sand Mountain like?
A pile of sand.
A pile of sand.
It's one of Jesse's favorite places. It's okay. You can run dirt tires out there and head out on the other trails and go find some little mining shafts and crawl down in them, and done a little bit of that. So.
Oh, there's some mines out there. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my buddy John that lives up the other end of Nevada here. He knows tons of places out there.
Okay. All right.
There you go over Middlegate and have a burger and fries and a cold beverage
in the side by side
of your choice, side by side or car.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. That's cool. What other anywhere else around here that I need to know about? I
got to introduce you to John. He's, you know Ron. You've met old man Ron.
Yeah.
They all know. You can go down to Bodie and see that. I haven't been to that ghost town yet.
Bodie ghost town's cool.
Pictures
used to go there a
good.
lot when I was a kid.
So Walker River, there's all kinds of mining things out there to go see.
Okay.
So you have lots of choices.
Lots of exploring. Smith Valley is beautiful too. I love that Smith Valley.
One of the things you might be able to conquer now that you're close to it, Jason, is you might be able to tackle the Barney Riley Trail.
You think?
Snuffleupagus.
It's like I think it was 11 times I've tried to do that trail. I physically got on the beginning of the trail, one of the entrances, but the rest of our club didn't come up. The road was washed out. It was totally passable, but it said do not drive on it. But they didn't want cars going up there and getting stuck, but a four-wheel drive could easily make it up this trail. But anyways, turned around, went back, and still have yet to run the Barney Riley Trail and get out to the hot springs there. So, yeah.
Yeah, so as I said, there's tons of hot springs out here. And you never know what you'll find, clothed people or unclothed people.
Yeah. Fortunately, the people that don't have clothes on really probably should have clothes on. So, yeah, and then I read something the other day, one of those clickbait things on Google when you go searching for something, but it was talking about hot springs, and there's a bacteria that it's like a brain-eating bacteria, and the use kids are very susceptible, but like if you get it, in your nose, water in your nose or mouth. That's how it can attack. So they say, do not submerge your head in hot springs.
I don't think I'd ever drink the water.
No. But so I don't know.
But hot springs are kind of like in Nevada. That's kind of their birthright. They seek those things out and take care of them.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, where a hot spring is.
Yeah, and there's the ones that the public know about, and then there's a whole bunch that are on a need to know basis that are out remote. Yeah. So, we'll have to check that out. But don't dunk your head in there, Chris.
No. Well, I mean, if you look up social media influencers in hot springs, they'll give you geotags for all the ones that people aren't supposed to know about.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably. Oh my gosh. So,
hey, I was going to ask Kobe, are you guys getting ready to start your YouTube channel for RV full-time life, van life, RV life, or whatever?
Right.
I got enough jobs already. I don't need another one. I don't need to do all of that editing and
that's
everything.
A lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. No, not even in the realm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of looking at I before we came on the show to record today, I was watching. We need to get Kevin Jones back on the show, but I was watching two of the videos he just dropped from his trip to Montrose, and the one, it was fun to watch. I guess Mallory did a lot of the recording of him, beating the shit out of that F-350.
Oh, yeah.
But what really freaked me out was him taking that long bed crew cab F-350 on Imogen Pass, going down to Telluride, and I'm like, that's a gnarly shelf road even for a fucking Jeep, but to take a giant pickup truck on 40s, I don't know.
I talked to him. He said it's pretty sketchy. He says consequences are high up there.
Yeah.
So, but very cool that they did that trip successfully. Yeah, we'll have to get him back on here soon. We got to get Rich Klein on too from Trail Hero to get updates about that. I mean, this thing,
absolutely,
that event keeps growing and growing. So, and then those of you that are looking for something to do this weekend, the 10th through the 13th is Sierra Trek, and we've talked a lot about it. We've had John and Renee on here, the chairwoman, and they are already up there getting camp set up as we speak. So I can't wait to get up there. I know you've got Mom's 80th birthday, so
that's right.
Unfortunately, you are going to miss the actual trek this year.
I am, unfortunately.
But you can't miss Mom's 80th because that's you only turn 80 once.
Yeah, you don't know how many more are coming. So,
well, that's true too.
But it was a major screw up on my calendar. I couldn't believe I made this mistake. All the discussions I'd had with my brothers as we were planning this thing, everything was registering as being on Sunday afternoon, not Saturday afternoon. And I got home from your place last weekend, and I'm like talking to my wife, and she's like, "You do know this is on Saturday, right?" And I'm like,
"No, I don't."
No,
but now I do.
And I'm like, well, that screws up my entire weekend. So, I mean, but you're, family first always. So, my mom lives in Reno, but we're going to get her down to, my brother lives in Los Gatos. So we're going to celebrate it in Los Gatos, which is more central to a lot of our family. So,
yes.
If it was in Reno, I just would have unloaded the camper and driven down to Reno for the day. That would have been fun.
But, that would have been perfect. That's what we were kind of thinking. It's going to happen, but oh well.
Next, I'll be up there for sure for Trek for next year, and thinking forward, I'll be at Trek the week after, which is not Trek; it's just kind of camping at Meadow Lake.
It's after Trek.
So
post Trek.
Like we mentioned on the podcast, you can't get a meal ticket anymore now, but you still can come up and experience Trek and the entertainment package. Which would be you can buy at camp. So, you can still come up and participate, hang out, and possibly get on some runs. But meals are shut down.
Meals are shut down, but you'll still there's a snack bar and there's going to be a bar. And
that's true. You can get hamburgers and hot dogs and nachos during the day in camp, and of course libations from the bar. So it's a full town out there. It's pretty incredible.
I heard you guys say that more vendors this year than has been in the past.
Correct. Yep. So it's and then they also have, I know Thursday trail sold out, and I think Friday Fordyce. But then there's a Saturday river run. What's that?
The full trail runs are both sold out?
That's what I last heard on the Friday and Saturday. I'm sorry, Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's going to be over 1,000 people up there, is what it sounds like.
Oh yeah, that's going to be cool.
It's going to be a happening.
What are those trail runs or the full trail run? They limit it to what, 60 rigs?
Yeah,
or more than that.
Yeah, because it's a slog, man. That's a tough trail, and then
if you're not on the front, you're screwed.
Yeah, some ring and pinions go, some steering boxes go, and then become trail tampons and shuts down the trail if they can't get around them or get them off the trail safely. Then you're just sitting there waiting. But they do a good job of doing the best they can to keep that trail moving. So
right,
a lot of capable rigs that are there to assist. It's not Jeepers Jamboree where they're going to fly in parts for you, but I was involved with getting a couple power steering boxes in the trail last year, so that was kind of fun. So we have our resources. So
you should take up your next career could be in logistics.
Yeah, that was. It's hard to do logistics when you don't have cell service either. So that was tough.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a few Starlinks up there this year that are going to make things a lot easier.
I'm looking into that. I've been talking to Nick, Avalanche Technical, about that. So trying to work something out. So the podcast will have a Starlink for Trail Hero and King of the Hammers.
You can borrow mine.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Brian's got one.
I can send it up with Jesse.
Hey, there we go. Nice. So
perfect. You'll pay the bill too. Awesome. I love it, Brian.
That's
cool.
Well, subscription just got paid, so it's good. It's good until the 26th.
Oh, is that the mobile one where you can shut it on or turn it on and off as necessary?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I keep forgetting
$150 a month or something.
$150 a month, but I keep forgetting to shut it off. So it's just paying $100.50 each time it's sitting there in the box.
Hashtag Brian money.
You just do the RV one where you turn it on and turn it off.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, we may take you up on that, so I can send you down some recordings from Meadow Lake,
and then you can go on Wi-Fi calling, and you can use your phone.
Oh, well, there you go. Even better. Look at that.
I'm liking it.
Technology when it works.
Payroll. Be able to do payroll.
Yeah, exactly. And you operated your irrigation system from up there before too.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I don't like that person. I'm going to hose them down right now.
Get your little camera out on the second hole.
We haven't quite gone to Starlink yet. We're still using a Pep Wave.
Oh yeah,
Pep Wave, whatever. But we've got cards for AT&T, T-Mobile, and then all of our phones and iPads have Verizon hooked to them. So we've been still doing that. So
there you go. That's good.
Well, I can say that connectivity when you're on the road or even remote, or in boondocking in very remote areas, has gotten way better in the last decade. I mean, there was a period of time where we would go up to Meadow Lake or be out at Hammers was never a problem early in the week, but it got worse as the week progressed. But now with all the Starlinks that were in camp, it wasn't an issue. But
right
and Meadow Lake, I mean, I how many times have I loaded my backpack and walked up to the log cabin so I could have a really good signal on the cell tower at Signal Peak so I could do payroll or upload an episode. I mean, I literally edited and uploaded an episode from Meadow Lake one year.
That's right.
But it's getting better and better. I mean, I still like the idea of being incommunicado, if you will, when we're on the road or doing trips like that.
On the side of your phone, you just push and it's off.
True.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right, Brian. You're absolutely right. But there is times where you do need to make connections and do stuff. So it's a double-edged sword. It's good and it's bad, but I think it's important nowadays to be able to connect when you want, and you can still turn the Starlink off or the phone off if you choose. So, but yeah, very cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I need to start packing for this trip. I got to find it's going to be a treasure hunt, finding everything I need. And I know I'm going to get up there and say, well, I don't have that. I don't have this.
But Jason, you're 3 hours closer.
Well, that's true.
Home.
That's true. It's much closer, much nicer drive. I'm sitting here looking at Job's Peak, and Job's sister right now still has big patches of snow on it. Here we are into August, so it's definitely melting quick up there. More and more of the rock is being exposed, but it's good. So, anything else on your end, Chris?
Well, I was just going to say, you mentioned snow and stuff, and I think I just heard that Mammoth's getting ready to shut down for a few weeks before the new winter starts next month.
Closing day, we're recording on Sunday. Closing day is today, Sunday, and actually had a conversation with Mr. Plake yesterday. Him and Kimberly were heading there for the closing day, so I'm sure there's going to be some good IG videos and stuff of the closing ceremonies and stuff there. But incredible. There's still snow up there. There's still enough to keep it going, but man, it fatigues the staff. They've been going
absolutely
since November. So, and then gives them time to reset before next winter. So,
which is just around the corner. It seems.
Yeah, absolutely.
November is going to be here in no time.
I know. I can't wait.
And wasn't Glenn Plake driving one of his old hot rods or something in Hot August Nights in downtown Reno a couple days ago?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that.
He posted something on the Instagram.
Okay.
He was, I don't know, he was horsing around with some sort of, looked like a Woody or something. I don't know exactly
really?
what it, but
I'll have to check
one of those
that
old ooga horns going.
Oh, yeah. It's Hot August Nights is wrapping up today, and a lot of cars run around town here in the valley. So it's cool to see, and hopefully next year I'll get to go to that. But it just wasn't happening right now. Right now, I was just focusing on moving, getting settled in, and now prepping for Trek. So
be able to drive the 32 there.
Yes, absolutely.
You asked me the best thing on the road.
Yeah, what's the best thing on the road?
The worst thing on the road that we saw was we were coming down from Washington through Oregon, and there was an accident off to the side. All it was an enclosed trailer. And as we went by, Alicia went, "Oh, God, there's some type of antique, She goes, "It looks like a muscle car in there." Yeah. And this thing had been totally wrecked out.
Oh, yeah.
So
boy.
Somebody lost their enclosed trailer and their prized muscle car. I was like, "Ooh, that sucks."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what insurance is for, but that doesn't change the fact that the labor of love is ruined. So
right. And how many hours of labor?
Yes.
Well, exactly. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else. I mean, I was thrilled that I was able to see your place last weekend and do my little part in helping you move. But I will say that when I left there after unsuccessfully getting your internet connected, I was so mad at myself driving.
Yeah, you were pretty dejected, and I'm like, dude, there's so many freaking wires here. I don't know, and
yeah,
I know enough just to be dangerous with that stuff. And I'm like, nope, I'm paying money for this. So I'll have them fix it up. And so he did. Oh, he also gave me a bigger router too.
Oh, good.
So
good.
Yeah, so it's working well.
Right on, man. Well, that's great. So I drove to go from your place to my mom's place. Took me about 45 minutes or something. Not too terribly long.
Yeah, that's good.
And then spent an evening with my mom. Had dinner with her, and then Monday morning I started up the truck and drove back over the hill to get back to my home in Livermore. So
right on.
A nice little round trip to help you and see my mom. I checked a lot of boxes on that trip, so
that was good. I'm glad you were able to make it happen, and it's been fun. Last 2 Saturday nights up here have been rocking with all the friends up here helping with move, and of course, we eat pretty well and have some pretty good libations at the end of the night. So last night was no exception. Missed you last night.
Yeah, well, last night was so this weekend was my daughter's 17th birthday. So we celebrated her actual birthday was on Friday, but we tried to get reservations at a place in town for Friday night, but they didn't have any space. But we went to the Simply Fondue last night for dinner and gorged ourselves on
That's good.
Yeah, it was really good. They start with the salad, and then you get the cheese fondue to start. Your appy with the breads and the other assorted items, and then it moves into the meats, and then after that, of course, is the chocolate.
Chocolate fondue.
Chocolate fondue, and so we did this fondue feast, which is endless, basically. And I was joking with my daughter after they had finished up their meats and whatnot, and I said, the food server came by, "Can I get you anything else?" I said, "Yeah, I think my daughter wants some more," thinking I was making a joke, but my daughter was like, "Actually, yeah, I do want more." So she got a whole nother set of meats and we were there forever. It was great. She enjoyed herself. It was a fun night out. And that was my weekend celebrating my daughter's 17th birthday. They grow up fast, man. It's amazing. Just kind of thinking back a little bit to the day she was born, and it's like now she's 17, driving a car, and being going to be a senior in high school, and next thing you know, she's going to be running off to college, and I'm like, oh God, what's next?
Yeah, and a year from now, she'll be off the payroll, 18.
Well,
I don't think that ever.
It doesn't work like that, Jason.
Oh, it doesn't? I thought 18.
Yeah, I don't.
As time goes by.
It doesn't work in my house that way either. And mine is 27 and 32. So.
Oh shoot! Well, that's good. That sounds really good. Now, did you have like marshmallows and pound cake to dip into the chocolate?
Oh yeah, marshmallows, pound cake, Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, those are good too.
what else did they have? There was strawberries and, whatever. Yeah. I mean, it was nice. Crazy. Just such good stuff. I didn't take many pictures of the food because it was a feeding frenzy. I needed to get into the fray. Otherwise, I would have gone hungry because I look like I'm going hungry,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you look like you lost weight.
I actually have, but
he has lost some weight.
Probably gained it all back last night. So
that's it.
And I did drink. Man, they make a great old fashioned. There was Maker's Mark, super good. I had two of those, and they had the real, honest to God, Luxardo cherries and everything. Man, super good.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, really yummy. I kind of walked out there with
an old fashioned with cherries or a Manhattan.
Oh, well, they had an old fashioned. Two.
Interesting. Okay,
that was their garnish with a twist of orange or orange rind. Okay. Yeah, it was good. Nice. So anyway, nice. I treated myself. They were $16 each.
Wow.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it. So anyway, hey guys, it was certainly super cool to see you, Brian, and you, Kobe. I'm glad you're enjoying your road trip and living on the road. Look forward to seeing you guys next week up at Meadow Lake. That's gonna be a blast.
You too, Chris.
All right.
Yeah. And so how do they get a hold of us?
Well, the old-fashioned way with the old let your fingers do the walking. Dial up with a phone at 408-800-5169, 408-800-5169. You can leave a voice message, and it'll most likely get played on the air like we just did today with those two calls, one from Down Under and the other one from our good friend Christopher Walken.
Yeah, how about that? That's cool. So call in. We'd love to get the voicemails. And then don't forget to write a review.
Cool. That's right. Write a review. Jason will send you a sticker. Don't forget you can email us at Jason or Chris at wheelingwinewhiskey.com. You can also check out our Instagrams at Wheeling Wine Whiskey. But don't forget about our website, which is wheelingwinewhiskey.com, where you'll see all of our merch links. You can buy fire extinguishers from Element there. You can also get shirts, hats, koozies, and what else do we have? Beanies and all that stuff. Sweatshirts, because it's coming. Winter's just around the corner.
Fall, sweater weather.
Sweater weather's coming up, so you want to get your orders placed for that cool merch. But you can also see all of our past episodes are definitely there on our website. And super cool, man. Right
on, man. Yeah, that's great. Well, yeah, look for me at Trek if you're going, and if not, we'll see you on the next trip.
Yeehaw.
And with that,
we're out.